Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Home Built Workshop. Today we got another car maintenance video. I'm working on my 2007 Chevy Trailblazer. It's got the 4.2 liter inline 6-cylinder engine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my air filter. Sounds simple, right? Well, it is, but I'm not just replacing the air filter. I've got this cool cold air intake kit from K&N, and we're going to install it. It's going to replace the factory air box and the paper air filter. This is part number 63-3062. It's the specific intake for my truck. So let's go ahead and unpack the box here and see what all is included in the kit. The kit includes everything you're going to need. Got some clamps. Here's a new tube, air intake tube, couplers, and the heart of the whole project, a K&N cone style air filter. According to the instructions, the only tools you need for this are a ratchet with an extension and a 10mm socket, a pair of pliers, a Phillips head, and a flathead screwdriver, and a set of metric Allen wrenches, specifically the 4mm and the 2.5mm. Let's get this thing put on. The first step is to disconnect the mass airflow sensor. Then disconnect the air injection hose. You have to press a couple of little tabs to be able to pop the hose off the fitting. Then remove the 3 Phillips head screws to remove the upper air box. Then we can pull this thing out of here and throw it. Now you just loosen one hose clamp to remove the whole intake. Now we need to remove the mass airflow sensor. This requires a 7/32 socket. And that just pulls out of there. Be really careful you don't damage that. The next step in the instructions says to install this weather stripping along the top of the heat shield. But I've done this before, and I found that it's easier to install the weather stripping after the heat shield is mounted to the vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and install that now, then put the weather stripping on. The heat shield just bolts in place with a couple of the 10mm bolts included in the kit. Now we can install our weather stripping. Okay, now I see why they say install this first. So I'll unbolt it again. And I'll reinstall the heat shield again. Now we have to remove this ground strap bolt. We'll reinstall the bracket using the same bolt. I'm going to leave that loose for right now. The kit comes with this adapter plate and a gasket for the mass airflow sensor. So we're going to peel the backing off of the gasket and stick it on this adapter plate. Now we can slide the mass airflow sensor in, and we'll reinstall it using screws included with the kit. Now we can install the mass airflow sensor in the air tube and secure it with hardware supplied. Now we can install this tube on the engine, tighten it down with the hose clamp. Now we have to cut off the air injection tube in order to fit the new intake tube. We'll just cut it to fit and then secure it with the included hose clamp. Now I'll go ahead and bolt the mounting bracket to the bottom of the intake tube. Now we can put our filter into place. We'll tighten it down. Now we can reconnect our mass airflow sensor. That completes the installation. Everything's tight and secure and reconnected. Now all we're going to do is fire it up and see if we have any kind of leaks. Well, I just took the truck for a test drive, and there's definitely a difference in performance. It feels like there's better throttle response, a little bit more seat of the pants horsepower. K&N estimates this kit at somewhere around 9 or 10 horsepower increase. You can definitely feel that moving down the road. It feels like everything's just a little bit smoother, a little more responsive. You don't have to have your foot down as far on the gas, it feels like to me. So definitely, so far, I'm impressed. As always, with any K&N product that I've used, I've had really good experience with their products, and we'll continue to use them in the future. So I've had some people ask me, are these things really worth it? And I think that's kind of a matter of opinion. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to do anything with your car, you know, as far as maintenance and stuff like that, if you're not really into changing your oil and that sort of thing, and you just kind of drive it and it works out fine for you, then you might not want one of these kits. There is a little bit of maintenance involved, but again, if you're the kind of person that does change your own oil and do your own kind of maintenance and stuff, it's really no different than anything like that. The maintenance involved with a K&N air filter, in my opinion, is definitely worth the added performance that you get from them. But it may not be for everybody, and I'm not trying to sell you one way or another. I like them, I like the performance they get, and I don't have any problem working around the maintenance that is involved. It's not that often, and it really doesn't take all that long. And I'm kind of a car guy anyway, so I like to do my own stuff. I change my own oil and that sort of thing. So again, no problems for me to clean these air filters and maintain them. So my opinion, yes, they are worth it. So thanks for watching this episode of Home Built Workshop. I hope you found this helpful or at least entertaining. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate your support. So until next time, thanks a lot for watching. We'll reinstall it using the same screws we used to take it out. No. The kit comes with all the parts and everything. I'm gonna throw them on the floor. Huh. Oh, how am I gonna reach it? I can't reach it. Dang it. Oh.